So this is Incheon Airport, South Korea, and I kind of feel like I'm the only person here. If you look around me, I think you'll see what I mean. Do you see any people? I'm going to Starbucks right now. Actually, I see a person. Great, I'm not alone. It's like the Twilight Zone. So I was en route from US to Philippines, and everything was okay when I took off. But by the time I landed, there was a new restriction that essentially prevented foreigners from being able to enter the country, of which I'm considered a foreigner because I'm not from there. So as a result of that, the problem I now have is that I'm in the airport here. I can't leave the airport because I'm a transit passenger. And as a transit passenger, I'm not allowed to enter Korea, so I can stay in the airport. However, at the same time, oh, I saw another person, great. At the same time, the other challenge is that I can't continue on to the country I was supposed to due to the visa restriction that's going to last at least 3 weeks. Now, I can go back to the US, however, all countries for the most part are requiring a negative COVID test, which I have. It's valid for 3 days. The 3-day expiration will be in about 20 hours from now, maybe 18 hours from now. Once the COVID test expires, I can't go anywhere. And the other challenge is that as far as getting a new COVID test, there are none offered inside the airport, only outside the airport, which requires you to go through immigration, which requires a 14-day quarantine. But because I'm a transit passenger, I can't leave the airport. So I technically could end up living in this airport for the rest of my life. Wow. Now, it may not be so bad. There is a transit hotel I'm staying in, which is clean and nice. It's small, but it's fine. But the problem is everything's closed. Now, there's 7-Eleven you see behind me. That's open, if you notice that sign. But the restaurants are pretty much all closed. There's like 2 restaurants in this airport that are open. And there's a 24-hour Starbucks that has a limited selection of food. And of course, drinks. So what to do here for a month or two? I don't know. So yeah, that's the situation. So new normal travel can be a bit complicated, as I've just experienced. I had a clear shot to traveling. Everything was lined up just right. Going down the escalators, trying not to fall while I'm videoing. Delta confirmed everything. Everything was solid until it all changed while in air. So now I find myself in an empty airport. And right now it's like early morning. But when I first arrived here, it was afternoon, like 5 o'clock, and practically empty. And the people that work here, I've talked to a lot of people, very nice people here. And they also said that it's just, it can't get any worse than this because it is so completely empty. And this is a major hub, Incheon Airport, ICN. So for this airport to be empty is pretty amazing. And you can see around me, like, not easy to find people. So anyway, welcome to new normal travel restrictions. So denied entry is the new term that I'm going to start using. That's when you're going somewhere, but you're not allowed to fly there, and you don't find out till you're in transit on your way there that you can't get there, and you end up stuck somewhere. And based on all the restrictions, being stuck somewhere means it may not be very easy to get back to where you came from, and it may not be easy to get to where you're going, and it may not be easy to get anywhere. The one thing that's easy is I can stay inside the airport. The major problem is once the COVID test expires, I can't get a new one, then who will take you? Wow, that's a big problem. Then it becomes like, I guess, an international incident of some sort. So denied entry. Denied entry is my new title. Never even made it to the destination country, but not even allowed to fly there. And this was one ticket purchased from one airline all the way through. So this wasn't like buying multiple tickets. This was one ticket all the way through the destination. Everything cleared at departure, carefully, meticulously, but in transit for the connecting flight, no luck at all as far as continuing with the journey. So yeah, denied entry. You don't want that to happen. especially if you're in an airport that doesn't have a COVID test offering inside. Now, this is a great airport, and I'm quite certain they have COVID testing outside the airport, on the airport grounds for people that are leaving, but not on the inside where you've already checked in, gone through security. There's no COVID testing. So that's kind of the problem, is once you've made it in, there's no way out. Once you've made it in, there's no longer COVID testing offered inside of the actual airport. It's for people that are going to fly and they haven't yet checked in, or if they've checked in, they haven't gone through security. Once you've done that, then it's too late. No more COVID test. So that's a big problem. I'm lucky that I got my COVID test response back quickly, so otherwise it would have already expired. And then what to do? Yeah. Anyway, it's a nice tour of Incheon Airport, and it is an amazing airport. Usually there's a ton of great food choices here. I love the food, but just about everything's closed. And it's not just closed at this time of day, it's just closed because there's no customers. So you might be able to see the airport robots. They're even sleeping over there. They're not even moving. So talk about quiet. You know, when the robots are bored, something's wrong. They're usually roaming the grounds, but there's no one to roam and visit except for me. So yeah, any questions, let me know. New normal travel, denied entry is not good. I don't recommend it. Wherever you may be, and even to go back to America, US requires a negative COVID test, which I have, but it will expire shortly, and it's not yet clear if I'll be able to get a flight before the expiration. And then there's a whole process that I think might involve the US Embassy. I'm not sure. There's a way to get a waiver, and who knows how that is, but it doesn't sound easy. And I'm sure upon arrival, there are some issues when you don't have that negative COVID test. I don't know what those issues are. I'm sure it involves expenses and tests, and who knows, maybe quarantine. I don't know, no idea. It's kind of unprecedented to be in a situation where you need a new COVID test, you can't get one, and you're stuck in an airport. So I contemplated the other day, maybe I'll just live in the airport. This can be my new home. Great source of videos. If only there were more choices of food, I could do it. Now, the good news is we do have Starbucks behind me, if you can see that, and that will save the day. If it weren't for the Starbucks, I think I'd be completely mad, but nobody's here. This is right at the center of this major airport, and you can see behind me, if you can read Korean, there you go. I wish I could, but I can't. Thank you for joining. Hopefully I'll have some good news to share soon. Complicated times in grad school, exams, everything else. So this has become my new study hub. Take care. We'll keep you posted. Bye.